Hello, welcome back to The Single Man Chef. I'm Grant. This is episode 3, and in episode 3, we're going to talk about your mise. Again, I'm not a professional chef, but when I first heard of the concept of mise en place, it immediately resonated with me. And what a mise en place is basically, it's a French way of saying, get your shit together before you try and cook something. So that means all of your stocks should be ready. All of your things that need to be chopped up, like chives or scallions, all that kind of stuff, that should be ready. You should know where everything in your kitchen is. So if you need something, you don't have to futz around trying to find it for 5 minutes while your food burns, okay? If you've ever heard the expression, prior planning prevents piss poor performance, then you know what mise en place is all about. And as a former law enforcement officer, it completely resonated with me the first time I heard of it, because I knew guys who would walk out there on duty without a pen, or without a watch, or without a pair of search gloves, or they'd be wondering, where's my handcuffs? I even knew one guy who would walk out of the office on more than one occasion with an empty holster. How do you forget your gun? It's kind of big and heavy. But anyways, those were people who didn't believe in the concepts of mise en place. I wasn't one of them, so when I heard of it, I immediately thought, I can relate. So what does it mean in the kitchen? Basically, get as much stuff done as you can before you start applying fire to things, right? So if you can chop a bunch of stuff up beforehand and have it ready, that's so much the better, because fire waits for nobody, right? Fire has its own schedule. And once you start boiling things, once you start applying heat to things, you have a limited amount of time to get your act together and either take them off the heat, turn down the heat, flip them, add this or add that. So the more that you chop up beforehand and get ready, the better. So let me show you a few things that I've done in preparation for our next episode where we actually start cooking things. So here's some things that I've chopped up. I've chopped up this stuff here, okay? This is for the steak episode, which will be after spaghetti, and it's basically just some spinach and baby tomatoes I'm gonna set the steak down on afterwards. So there's no need to do that while the steak is on the grill, and I don't want it to burn while I'm busy doing this, so just do it beforehand. It's not going anywhere. Another thing that I've done here is chop up my tomatoes for my pasta. Again, easy, takes a few minutes, and you got it sitting there and it's ready to go. Get your sauces and your spices ready, okay? So if you're gonna use sauces or spices, like malt vinegar, like hot sauce, like garlic, have them out, have them ready. Don't be fussing around looking in a cupboard for them, right? Again, I've already got a pot going. Time's a wasting. You got to get this stuff done beforehand. Now, while we're talking about that, I didn't finish chopping up my onions because I wanted to show you how to chop an onion. Okay? It seems really easy to do, but a lot of people screw it up. They wind up with huge pieces of onion in their food. Now, I like the taste of onion, I like the smell of onion, but I don't like giant pieces of onion in my mouth. A lot of people are like that. Okay? Some people love onion. They can eat a whole onion by itself. I'm not one of those people, and most people I know are not one of those people. So what you want to do is chop your onion into little teeny pieces, like so. So you got your onion here, your sharp knife that we talked about earlier. Now, some people will do it from the side first. They'll make a little cut about this far down. That's the professional way. Okay, for me, I can never remember how to do that right. So I just keep it like that. Again, my fingers never come near that knife blade. They're always very far away. And I don't think I'm a sushi chef. I know my limitations. Like Dirty Harry said, a man's gotta know his limitations, right? I know my limitations. So the last thing you wanna do is go all sushi chef speed with a junior high school hoodlum skills with a knife, okay? You don't want that, because that's how you're gonna chop a thumb off. So I've chopped it into longitudinal pieces. Now, I'm gonna chop it this way. Now I got teeny tiny little pieces of onion all the way along my blade, right? And I got a four-legged Hoover-matic who's gonna eat anything I drop. Perfect. Now, one thing some of you are gonna notice, me in particular, it's really gonna hurt when you start doing this. So don't be afraid, take a little time out, step into the sink, flush your eyes out with water, and keep going. There's your onion, all right? Real simple. Tomato is even easier. Now, again, the value of a sharp knife, look how fast that cuts. And you don't chop at it, right? Again, this is my problem with the way some people do knife work. You don't hack at things. That's how you make a good knife go dull really quickly. You're hacking against a hard surface. Don't do that. There's no need to. Less is more. Nice gentle fluid movement, and all of a sudden, you've cut all that up. Nice and clear? Okay, so for our next video, we're gonna talk a little bit about the importance of wine. I'm gonna get you started on the wine talk. There's no avoiding it. We're talking about cooking. And then we're gonna start cooking spaghetti. Okay? See you then.